First Step Home has given me a lot of hope.
First Step Home is a great place for help.
First Step Home is a place for healing.
Welcome to First Step Home's Hope, Help, Healing celebration. You're in for an exciting half hour as we honor an individual, a foundation, and a family for their commitment to First Step Home. So shed the shoes, get comfy, and grab your phone as we help women go from addiction to recovery. That's what we do at First Step Home, help women overcome substance use disorders. It's also the only certified addiction treatment center in Cincinnati, allowing children up to the age of 12 to live with their mothers while they're in treatment. And what better way to learn about First Step Home than from a woman who's been there?
Before coming to First Step Home, I was on the streets. I was very heavily addicted to heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine. I had no will to live or change my life. I was in full despair. I was arrested in July of 2018, and during that incarceration, I found out I was pregnant. That was the start of me actually growing the desire to be sober, to change my life, and I needed a safe place to do that.
They say a woman can come here with only a purse on her arm. So it doesn't matter. When women come here, they have all the services that they need. And all the physical comforts that they need to support them in their addiction.
When I came to First Step Home, I attended all the groups. I reached out to all the support that they offer here, and I really immersed myself. I distanced myself from my family, and I developed my boundaries. Here, I can just walk a house over from my group. And when I go home, I don't have to worry about somebody using around me or my daughter. That's just the most important thing to me that this place provides. It's just I can work on myself and I don't have to worry about what triggers or other stressors.
I love you.
That's probably the hardest thing that, keeps me back with addiction is my family, so they helped me to be strong enough to get my independence here. I could depend on my new family at First Step.
The majority of the women who come here, they are not used to rules. They are not used to procedures, and it's sometimes often a struggle just to kind of sit and help them to breathe through it and to be able to be patient and help them to understand knowing what it means for them to be here.
The rules for me weren't hard. I like rules, and for me it's very, you say I do this, then good things happen, I can do that. It's it gives me security.
Our founders made a decision that women do better in recovery when they're not worried about where their children are, when they are not worried if their children are safe or not. And it matters to us because we recognize that the women who come here, often it's their children that gives them that extra, that I can make it and that I can do this thing.
My daughter is very happy since being here. She's really blossomed.
Is that a sheep? That is a sheep.
They know what these kids have probably gone through before coming here, and they're very just compassionate and amazing with them. And they also help me with parenting tips and just, it's a great cooperative effort that, builds my confidence as a mom too.
We try and look at every woman as an individual and what she actually needs for her own care and for her own development.
When you're an addict, you're not seen. You're not really seen. You're just kind of looked over. You're a junkie. But when you come here from the get-go, they remember your name. Everybody here remembers your name, and they're asking, how are you doing? And they care, and you feel that. Now I'm about to go to sober living, and I feel prepared for that.
Personally, I think anyone can walk on our door and take that first step to recovery. I think that's a success. But our ultimate goal is truly self-sufficiency, that you can have a job, that you can be that parent you want to be and care for your children.
I wish I had the words to describe how just life-changing this program could be for someone. I would always say, come to First Step. It gives you everything. You need a safe place that can help you restart. My future looks very bright right now. And again, I owe that all to First Step.
You got it. Wow, you're a good climber.
I have the feeling of possibilities are endless. There's just opportunities and just hope, just optimism everywhere I look, and I love having that feeling that I can do anything I want now. It feels really good.
I've been engaged with this organization for many years, and I'm constantly amazed at their success. But they can't do it without the support of people like you. You can become a partner with First Step Home by pulling out your phone right now and texting 41444. Then in the message box, type the letters FSH in all caps. Click the link to fulfill your pledge. It's just that simple. You know, this past year with the coronavirus, it's been a bigger challenge than ever. Margot Spence is the president and CEO of First Step Home and is here to share how you can have an impact.
With your help, we can ease the burden of getting to recovery. Every dollar you give helps provide the best care possible to women and their children. With a donation of $50, you can give moms maternity wear, buy preschool books for the Family Unity Center, or birthday presents for the children. With your $100 gift, we can create apartment starter kits, buy pots and pans, or sheets and towels. For $250, we can buy Uber vouchers, toys, and iPads for the Family Unity Center. With $500, we can give childcare for a week. First Step Home provides a full continuum of care and meets each individual's needs in a home-like atmosphere, which contributes to their success.
They help me in so many ways, elevate spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Just a whole different way of living. They don't judge me. They don't look at me different. And I really respect that.
Every dollar pledged goes to supporting women and their children, and we thank you. Now I'd like you to meet the board chair of First Step Home, Mary Schwaderer, who has the distinct pleasure of introducing our First Step Home honorees.
I'm thrilled to be here and excited to have you meet our honorees. The first award goes to an individual who has served First Step Home for many years. The individual award goes to Dr. Kathy Wedig-Stevie.
Receiving this award at First Step Home is important to me because it recognizes that I am committed to helping people who are having difficulties within society. And I think this recognition by First Step Home just says, yes, she wants to be involved in the community. She is involved in the community, in this community. I'm Kathy Wedig-Stevie. I have been working with children of mothers with substance use disorder since about 2007. And just to make a point of how much this has become a problem over the past 14 years, prior to 2007, I did not treat a baby with neonatal abstinence syndrome or neonatal opioid withdrawal syndrome. Unfortunately, a large percentage of people addicted to drugs are women in childbearing age. So it is very important to work with pregnant women who have substance use disorder, and it's very important to work with their babies afterwards. If you can give them the tools in order to have a less chaotic life, then you're going to have children and adolescents and adults who do not feel the need for drugs because their life's in order. They don't need to go find something else to make them feel better. And you can't just say, stop. Be a big boy, stop. No, it's a medical issue. And if we as a society do not recognize this as a medical issue, then things are going to continue. I think I'm just very excited to be working with First Step Home because I've seen major steps taken in the evaluation and thoughts around the children of the mothers. And I just am excited to be part of that. I'm excited that the people at First Step Home want to hear what I say about the children, because I think it's very important that we recognize the children as kind of the innocent victims of this whole opioid epidemic.
Thank you, Kathy, for all you have done to make us a better organization. Before we meet our next honoree, let's check in on our text to give and see where we are. Just a reminder, you can use your phone and text 41444. Type in the letters FSH, all caps, then click the link to fulfill your pledge. We look forward to partnering with you in helping women get to recovery. And now, let's meet our Foundation Award honoree, Dr. Odell Moreno Owens from Interact for Health.
I was that poor kid in the West End that was told, you're too poor and too stupid to go to college. How can I not pay attention to history? Now I have my friends who used to always tell me, hey Odell, don't talk about that old life. Lead with the Yale and Harvard. No, this is who I am. This is who made me. This is why I give back. I made a promise. You know, my motivation to do the things I've done in the community is not from a contract or an oath. It's from a promise to my heart. I'm Dr. Odell Moreno Owens. You know, the opioid epidemic hit us very hard around 2017. The number of deaths were more than the Vietnam War. And therefore we felt we had to be in that lane, that as a public, kind of a quasi-public health institution, we needed to be in that lane. And so we chose to do more looking at harm reduction, how to get more people into treatment. So part of our harm reduction is to support those organizations that first were just simply gathering data and passing out clean needles, supporting those organizations that are providing housing and programs, because we certainly know there's competition for those beds, there are a limited number of beds, supporting those programs that are proven to be able to assist people, hopefully not just with their addiction, but help them reestablish themselves with their families. So we got to start first dealing with the stigma, but we got to show the empathy and compassion for everyone that has some type of addiction. Once you get to start working on the stigma, then people are more willing to come to treatment than not looked down upon, and their families can help to embrace them. Programs like First Step Homes are essential because if they feel that need, they're able to provide not just the scientific and the medical treatment, but they do it with empathy and compassion. They approach it in a holistic manner by trying to embrace that woman and her child. And they, again, have removed the stigma by saying you are important. No matter what you've done in the past, no matter what you've done to support your habit, you are an important human being that can contribute to our society, and we're going to help you get there.
To everyone at Interact for Health, thank you for your time, talent, and contributions to our work. Our third award goes to a family who has gone beyond the call of duty, Bill and Polly Maloney.
My name's William Armstrong Maloney. I'm a retired federal employee, and but I found out that you have a choice. You either wear out or rust out, and I decided I kind of like being active. So since I retired back on New Year's Eve, 1999, I've been pretty active as a volunteer. Different charitable organizations and nonprofit. Polly and I met, I think it was on a Thursday evening at the Glenmore Care Unit on Glenmore and Priscilla. And it was a Al-Anon meeting for parents of adolescents in treatment.
I've always, my entire life, loved babies and little kids. From the time I was a little girl, I always had my baby doll. I always loved babies as a kid. To me, what I love about First Step Home, it is not the parent, the mother, getting taken away from the child, or the child being taken away from the mother. It's that they're there together. So that is so much better for the baby to be with their mother than with anybody else. We donated clothes, baby clothes and toddler clothes mostly. I would usually buy newborn to about 5 because I figured that was about the range they were in. I always bought the best, I always picked out best condition, best shape, what I would do for my own grandchildren.
I was impressed how just in a little time, we'll say 20 years, that I've known First Step Home, how they've expanded. And they've helped these women get their lives together. Walking in there, I like the buzz or the atmosphere. There's hope. People go there, it's despair. But once you're there, they get a sense of hope.
Amazing honorees. And now to check in on our Text to Give donations, here's Jim Breach.
Our Text to Give is moving along. No donation is too small or too big. So please, open your hearts to help these women get the assistance they need to lead healthy, productive lives.
First Step Home helped me to learn to cope and to live with things that I would ignore and I suppressed for so long.
First Step Home has got me to love myself again. It has got me to have hope again. I have goals.
It's my pleasure to recognize the patrons of tonight's program. A special thank you to the event underwriters, Christine and John Browner Family Fund, Coldjet, Meg Davis, Maureen Heekin, Huntington Bank, Betty McQueen, and in loving memory of Larry and Diane Zent. Our presenting sponsors are AirPair, AZF Fine Art, Ball and Gaynor Investment Council, Comey and Shepherd, Ed and Joanne Hubert Family Foundation, Interact for Health, North American Properties, Mary Beth and Griffin Vollmer Fund, Western and Southern Financial Group, and the Weiler Family Foundation. Thank you so much. Thanks also to the major sponsors of First Step Home, including Sarah Briel, City Club of Cincinnati Foundation, Kathy Cook, Eric Gordon, Government Strategies Group, LLC, Graydon, Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, Jeffrey Hendricks, Beatrice Lampkin, MD, Paula and Bob Lindner, Reuben B. Robertson Foundation, Mo Rouse, Mary Schwaderer, Margot and Larry Spence, St. Elizabeth Healthcare, Carl Thiem and Sandra Hall, TriHealth, and United Way of Cincinnati. We appreciate your support. We could not do it without every donor, and that includes sponsors such as BI3, Christ Church Cathedral, Greg and Reed Ebel Family Fund, Elizabeth Lovett Grover, Constance Johnson, National Council for Behavioral Health, Debbie and Richard Oliver, ProMedica, Ritter Danaher Financial Advisory, the late, great Paul and Betsy Sittenfeld, St. Elizabeth Foundation, Dee Stone, Joyce and Chip Tappan. Thank you to everyone who assists First Step Home. And I'd like to wish a very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who are with us this evening. Enjoy.
Thanks, Jim, and thanks to all of tonight's sponsors and donors. Our text to give is climbing and will be open the next 48 hours, so feel free to share the text information with your family and friends and help women to get the help they need for getting healthy and away from substance use disorder and addiction. Become a partner with First Step Home by pulling out your phone right now and texting 41444. Then in the message box, type the letters FSH in all caps. Click the link to fulfill your pledge. It's just that simple.
One of the areas that women at First Step Home are always concerned about is their children. First Step Home accepts pregnant women and women with children up to the age of 12. The fact that they can live in residential housing together and get the care that both the mother and the child need is unique to First Step Home. Sometimes the mother's love and focus on their kids is what saves them.
To be a mother, it's probably been the most important thing to me. It's the best job I've ever had. I'm gonna cry. She's definitely my reason for keep going, you know, to keep doing the right thing and staying on the right track.
Becoming a mother has been everything to me. I've always loved kids and always babysat, or, you know, I dreamt of owning my own daycare. My kids are my life.
Well, I came to First Step Home out of an abusive relationship. I was dealing with mental health that caused me extreme paranoia. I was able to stop using and come here in a safe place.
During my addiction, my mom, my daughter, who's 14, and my daughter's father, who has the custody, had no relationship with me the whole time I was on the streets, using for these 13 years. So this is all new to me.
After Beauty's dad died, I definitely went through a period of not caring. It was a lot, and I knew that I was out of control, and I knew that if I wanted to live, I had to make a change.
First Step Home, not many places help, women and children together. It's usually just, individual, like your kids can't come with you. So I think of it as more like a safe haven, someplace that we can start over new and allow our children to be a part of that.
I have a son that has a medical ailment. First Step Home, they have nursing on staff that helps me daily with his breathing conditions, hospital visits, and things that I need.
It's an amazing program because it's not like you leave, because residential is 30 days and then you go to campus, which is still here, which is nice because I know for me, I needed something more than 30 days, more than 6 months, something that was long term. I knew that for me, it was gonna have to be a whole life change, and I was willing to do whatever that took.
The appeal to come here was definitely that, my kids could be with me. Mason is involved in the Second Step program here. That has been amazing for him. It teaches him coping skills, and then he just started working with the child therapist here. And yesterday when they had their session, he didn't want to leave. So it's been really good for him.
My children love this place. They have really enjoyed being here and made new friends. I've made new friends, and I didn't ever think I could make friends. It's just been beautiful.
So having my daughter call me every night at 8 o'clock at night and talking to her for an hour before bedtime just melts my heart. And for her to not hold that against me, my past, it just, I don't know, it just breaks my heart. But so that's my healing. She's, I got to do this for myself, but she's my motivation.
It's possible. Even when you think it's not possible, it is possible to be clean, be sober, be happy. I feel like I'm a completely different person. If you would have met me last year, I didn't want to live. I didn't want to be here, and I definitely didn't want to be a part of any of this. I didn't want to be clean. I wanted to just, not exist. And now I want to live, First Step Home represents change.
With your help, we can ease the burden of getting to recovery. Every dollar you give helps provide the best care possible to women and their children.
More reasons to make your pledge to First Step Home. Just text 41444. Type in FSH, all caps, and then click the link to fulfill your pledge.
First Step Home has changed my life because they gave me a second chance.
Now that I am here at First Step Home, I have found hope, I have found love, I have found support.
We want to thank everyone watching this program for their time and donations, and know that hope, help, and healing begins at First Step Home.
If you're a person that's addicted to drugs, you should come to First Step Home to become a new person and have a new life.
This is a great program.
Everyone just wants the best for everybody.
First Step Home has changed my life in every way. It's helped me to be a better daughter, a better mother, a better person.
I love this place. I love it here.